The abyss is like the world's shadow. It's always there, and it will never perish. Where do we come from? And where are we going? All things come to an end, even time itself. Nice. I like the rain. However fearsome the lightning may be, its wrath is limited to the realm beneath the clouds. The high heavens above remain clear. They say that at absolute zero, everything falls completely still. Compared to that, this is nothing. The wind sweeps away everything that clouds our vision. Sleep well? Looks like you're back to peak condition. Let's prepare to depart. High noon isn't a good time for sword practice, so I usually spend these hours in meditation. While hard work is essential, reflection and review are also important to keep you from straying off course. Oh, nighttime already. Time moves so quickly in the outside world. It's all the more important to cherish it. Get some sleep. I'll be practicing my blade work for a while longer. I bought some old books from Liyue recently. A passage in one of them stood out to me. The wise man uses his mind as a mirror, neither grasping out nor drawing in. It receives all, yet keeps nothing. In this way, he triumphs over all things, and they can render him no harm. That's a very enlightened state of mind. At first, I assumed it must have been penned by some renowned martial arts master. But after reading further, it turned out that he was just an ordinary traveler. People surprise me with what they're capable of sometimes. Suppose that's what they mean when they talk about hidden strengths. Come rain or shine, victory or defeat, I practice the blade whether I'm in the mood for it or not. Only those with true strength can bend fate to their will. If you ever want to hone your skills, I can take you to the abyss. You won't be disturbed there, and time will pass at a slower pace. It's an economical way to train. Perhaps you're right. Maybe it will take everyone working together to bring order to the universe. But I can't afford to place my hopes on other people. I have to go a step beyond that, and show them that there really is a way we can get there. Master taught me how to wield the power of the abyss, and from surviving Conrian research, I learned how to channel that power and make it mimic the elemental energy of Teyvat. The fact that you and I don't need a vision to use the elements implies that our aspirations do not require the approval of the gods. Master tells me he first trained in the traditional black serpent blade work of Conria, but by the time he took me on, his style incorporated many techniques from other sources. That is what it means to be a true martial artist, constantly learning and adapting, always testing and overcoming your limits. Otherwise, you will stagnate. During my journey through the stars, I came across a species with completely inverted sensory perception. They'd use ice to warm themselves up and cool down by the fire. They'd be sweating buckets inside a cold, dark cave, but shiver uncontrollably under the blazing sun. So different from all the other creatures around them. And yet, they lived quite happily. That's the miracle of life. Unfathomably complex, but at the same time, so simple. Very few people manage to earn themselves a name like the Foul and live up to it. I'm sure whoever gave him that name must have truly despised him. Master's certainly done his fair share of disgraceful things. And the fact that he's a former knight who turned his back on the chivalric code doesn't exactly make things any better. And yet, plenty of people still choose to follow him. They're drawn to his strength, composure, and confidence, and the fact that he's candid with everyone, regardless of their background. He's not driven by emotion. He's on a mission to become a version of himself that is complete and perfected. That's why he's as powerful as he is. It's also why he's so dangerous. As the sustainer of the world's borders, she tolerates my presence. But she did make me promise not to interfere too much with this world's affairs. That was fine by me, but I had to know the reason why. She said many ecologists find it emotionally overwhelming when they observe the animal kingdom and see the predators hunting and the prey fleeing. but they'll never interfere in the process. Instead, they allow the laws of nature to take precedence over their own emotions. In her own words, some call this being a callous observer, but I think it's merciful at the same time. At one time, he was Master's rival. At another, they were best friends, apparently. I had hoped he might give me some more information about Master, but the moment he recognized my style of blade work, he got very agitated and demanded to know Master's whereabouts. I don't want to deal with him. Hopefully I don't run into him again anytime soon. Yeah, the shrewd merchant. She's one of Alice's friends. I occasionally sell rare monster carcasses to her, since I need Mora to get by in Teyvat. She's made a pretty good impression on me so far. Never asks about my background, at least. I don't know how fair her prices are, but I also don't care. I only need enough to get by. Any extra would be wasted on me. He's improved. Next time we spar, I might even use both hands. Ajax has a lot of talent, and he's fearless in battle, which gives him the potential to develop great strength. But I've seen many other bright sparks like him fizzle out before ever reaching their prime. If he truly wants to become the person he dreams of being, he still has a long road ahead. Lost power is always reclaimed in the end, in some shape or form. But where will this power lead? To a trial? To revenge? Or toward a new future? It's a question that strikes at the heart of his quest to find the meaning of his existence. And perhaps deep down, he already has his answer. I once saw the 3 moons of Teyvat when I was passing through the false sky. 2 are utterly destroyed, their lifeless remains drifting aimlessly through space. The one that remains intact shows no signs of life either, but its will has not faded completely. Maybe there's a chance that one day, a glimmer of truth will emerge in the false sky, a truth belonging to this world alone. I wonder if becoming human was an evolution or regression to her. How did it feel, witnessing the self-destruction of her species firsthand? I considered asking her these questions when we first met, but given her personality, I thought better of it. I think I'll just leave her alone to work on her sculptures. I spend most of my time training in the abyss. There's little that deserves my attention on the outside. You've got nothing to worry about with me, though. I mean this world no harm. The worst part about training for long periods is managing the physical pain and fatigue. You can use abyssal power to help ease muscle strain, but that's physically draining too. So I learned a few stretching exercises instead. They're surprisingly effective. If you find yourself having the same issues, I can teach them to you. I met a bard once when I was exploring Mondstadt. He taught me how to play music, then dragged me to the tavern to drink with him. I quickly adapted to the feeling of inebriation and felt completely fine, even as we drank more over the next few days. That bard, though, at some point, I noticed he'd passed out cold in his chair, so I ended up having to pay his bill. Once in a while, I find myself gazing up at the stars. I know it's just a false sky, but I can sense that the creator had a romantic vision of the cosmos. Faced with the unfathomable vastness of time and space, humanity looks to history books to preserve a piece of themselves for the ages. And I think the creator of this sky shared the same desire, to capture a fleeting moment of the universe and make it last forever. I never got the chance to learn how to play an instrument from my parents before they died. The one thing I do remember my dad teaching me was that the key to unlock your playing is to lose yourself in the music. After I got to Teyvat, I bought a bunch of different instruments to practice with. But every time I got lost in the music, I'd forget my own strength. Ended up destroying quite a few instruments that way. After that, I figured I might as well build my own, since I clearly needed something more robust. So, I gathered some strong materials, and built a few instruments from memory. Oh, here, take one. If it comes to it, you can even use it as a weapon, and it won't break on you. In my spare time, I play music from my homeland, albeit on instruments from Teyvat. I once thought that those melodies would eventually fade from my memory as the years went by, but they haven't. It's as if they're etched into my very soul. Every time I'm strumming my guitar, I'm so conscious that this music I'm playing is the last trace of that civilization's existence in the entire universe. I tried writing some poetry once. My mother was a good poet, and I wondered if she'd pass that talent on to me. But nope. Whatever I tried, it just wouldn't click. I guess it's just not one of my strong suits. So be it. Poetry isn't gonna help me in battle anyway, so I don't have any real incentive to stick at it. Back when I was training with Master, I'd frequently end up covered in cuts and bruises from head to toe. There was this particular kind of bug, I don't remember what it was called, but he always used to catch some and grill them for me after a session. Said it'd help with my recovery. They were plump little things. You knew they were done on the grill because they'd glow a beautiful golden color. Crispy shell on the outside with savory flesh in the middle. It's been so long that I don't really remember how they tasted, but I do remember I used to love them as a kid. Food goes down easier when it tastes good. But even when it doesn't, it's still edible. Just don't let anything go to waste. Not bad. It's okay. Ugh, waste of ingredients. Next time, I'm cooking. Happy birthday. I know some people like to throw a huge party, while others prefer a quieter affair. I don't know which kind of person you are, but for me, birthdays are a time to reflect on the past year. Sometimes with pride in my progress, other times with profound regret. It's probably best not to ascribe so much meaning to birthdays after all. Each place has its own festivals for celebrating the land, one's ancestors, friendship. But your birthday is the one day of the year that is meant just for you. Okay, speech over. Once again, I wish you a happy birthday, and I hope you keep growing into the person you aspire to become. Is that it? An improvement, but it's still not enough for me. Strength. There was once a time when I neither possessed nor sought it, but now it's in the palm of my hand. I'm never letting go. The universe is vast beyond measure, with stars stretching out into infinity. With that perspective in mind, my pursuit of strength seems like an equally endless journey. So, while I will never stop moving forward, I do try to set milestones for myself along the way. And I've reached a new milestone while journeying with you, because I've grown stronger during this time. That means it's now my turn to train you. The only question is, are you ready?